We begin the program this hour with some breaking news. At least 40 people have been killed in a suicide attack in Afghanistan. It happened in Kabul at the office of the Afghan Voice news agency. A ceremony was underway at the time of the attack, according to the agency. There's been no immediate claim of responsibility for the blast. Let's go straight to Kabul now, and Javad Faisal is there. He's the deputy spokesperson for the office of the chief executive of Afghanistan. Now, first, what can you tell us about this? What more details do we know?
As of yet, I can only confirm the death of 14 and the injury of 23 people in a suicide attack and twin blasts. The target was a cultural center, but this center is in the same building with this Afghan Voice news agency. The numbers may change, but we are still collecting more information on the attack, on the injuries, and who were behind it.
Okay, now civilian deaths are at a record high in Afghanistan since that war and the US invasion 16 years ago. The UN says child deaths are up 9%, the deaths of women up 23%, and yet the national unity government is fragmented. There are accusations Abdullah, the chief executive officer, and Ashraf Ghani are still in a power struggle, and analysts say this is why the government can't stabilise the country. So how do you respond to that?
First, there is no power struggle between the president and the chief executive. The two are working together as a team to make Afghanistan a better place than yesterday, and to have a better country tomorrow. Second, it's not only the civilian casualties that have risen in the past 1 year, it's also the casualty numbers for the terrorists. They have increased their numbers of attacks in Kabul and elsewhere in the country. And our special forces and our other forces have launched many more attacks against them. Their casualties are the highest in the past decade and a half. We are in a war, but again, the majority of the casualties are coming from the terrorist attacks.
You're saying, sorry, can I jump in there, please? Can I jump in there? You're saying that these increasing death tolls and civilian casualties also includes the number of those killed by the war in terms of fighters. So you're saying this 9% of children, this increase, they were child fighters?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that all the civilian casualties, or the majority of the civilian casualties, are happening because of the terrorist attacks. Terrorists are responsible for the civilian casualties.
Yes, but what's the government doing to stop this?
Lives.
What's the government doing to protect the people? It's fine to work behind blast blocks in a government office, but average civilians don't get that protection. So what is the government doing?
That's true, but the protection is not only the case for civilians, it's also the case for the government. We have also lost our security forces to terror. We have lost our security commanders and our governors to terrorist attacks. It's not only the civilians. We all in this country are facing this problem. But the government is making sure that we are increasing the security measures in Kabul and elsewhere in the country to make sure that terrorists no longer achieve their goals militarily. We are also making sure that we are increasing the number of special operations to ensure that we attack the safe havens of terrorists wherever they are in Afghanistan. We are also making sure that Afghan Air Force is well equipped to support the ground forces in the fight against terror, so the terrorists cannot carry out their attacks in Afghanistan.
Okay, thank you very much for that.